Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, sweet, gentle practice today. So please bring yourself to your mat, find your way onto your back into Shavasana. Take a moment to stop before we get started. You can extend your legs down the mat, feet to the outer corners, arms away from the body, little space in the armpits. Let the feet roll in or out, whichever way they naturally want to go. And if you prefer, you could bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, point the knees up towards the ceiling. So find what feels good for you. And then take a moment to arrive. If it feels okay for you, you can close your eyes or just find a soft gaze. And just take a moment or two here to let your body land. Let go of the rest of your day. No need to worry about where you're heading off to next. Just allow yourself to be right here in this moment, present with yourself, body, mind, breath, and spirit. Taking this time for you and your practice. Let your whole body soften. Let go of effort. Relax. Check in, notice how you feel today. How does your mind feel? Notice any thoughts floating through. How does your body feel? Notice any physical sensations in your body. What is your emotional tone like today? How does your energy feel? No judgment, just bring in a sense of curiosity here. You can bring one hand to rest on your heart, one hand to rest on your belly. And I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. And then you can begin to flutter your eyes open, invite a little bit of movement into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe roll out wrists and ankles. Yawn, sigh, wiggle, stretch. And then bring the legs together. So legs are extended down the mat, but together now. And then bend your right knee and bring that knee out to your right side. And as you do that, draw that sole of the right foot up to meet that left inner thigh. So you're finding a tree pose on your back. And then begin to lift your knee up. Plant that foot down onto the mat. Draw the knee in towards the midline. And then bring the knee back up. So knee is pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And then gently press into that right foot, slide your foot all the way back down. We'll do that a couple more times. Open that right knee out to the side, right foot to that left inner thigh. You find that supine tree pose. And then pick up the knee, plant the foot, hug that knee over towards the midline. And then bring the knee back up so it's pointing up towards the ceiling and slowly slide your foot down the mat. And then once more, right knee out to the side, find that tree pose. Pick up that right knee, plant the foot down to the mat, hug that right knee in towards your midline, and then lift up the knee towards the ceiling, and then slide the sole of the foot down the mat. And then same thing on the other side, open that left knee out to the left side, left foot comes to meet that right inner thigh. And then pick up that left knee, plant the foot down to the mat, hug that left knee over towards the midline, and then pick that left knee back up, so it's now pointing back up towards the ceiling, and then slide left foot all the way down the mat. Again, open the left knee out to the side, supine tree pose. Pick up that left knee, plant the foot down to the mat, hug the knee over towards the midline, lift it back up to center, slide the left foot back down the mat, and then once more, left knee opens out to the side, slide that foot up to meet the right inner thigh, and then again, pick up that left knee, plant the foot, hug the knee over towards the midline, and then bring that left knee back up. So now it's pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Again, you slide that foot down, all the way down the mat. Now bring both soles of your feet together. Knees out to the sides. A breath or two here in our Supta Baddha Konasana, opening through the hips and the inner groins. And then lift up your knees. Walk your feet to the outer edges of your mat and drop the knees in so they knock together. And then bring your feet back up. And then draw the right knee in towards your chest. Take the left hand, cross the body over towards that right knee or shin. Take your right hand behind your head, right elbow out to the side. And then tilt your tailbone down towards the mat. You feel your back begin to lift up off the mat and arch. And then begin to curl yourself up, pressing the low back down towards the mat. Tail will tilt up, and you curl yourself and draw that right elbow over towards the right knee. And then lower yourself down. Find that arch through the back again. Tailbone will tilt down. And then you curl it up. Hug in, right elbow draws to that right knee. And then one more time, let's bring it back down. Take a deep breath in as you arch through the back, tilt the tailbone down towards the mat. Curl yourself in on your exhale. Left hand hugs that right knee and right elbow draws over towards that right knee. Curl it up and then release yourself down. Same thing, other side. So now draw that left knee up towards the chest. Take the right hand over to that left knee or shin. Right hand behind your head, elbow out to the side. And then inhale as you tilt the tailbone down, arch the back, and then as you exhale, curl yourself up, draw that left elbow towards that left knee. Inhale takes you back down, you find that arch through the back. Exhale, you curl it up. Left elbow hugging to that left knee, and then one more time. Inhale takes you down, and then exhale, you curl it up. Left elbow to the left knee. And then release yourself down, send both feet up towards the ceiling, bend your knees, draw your knees in towards your armpits, send your feet up towards the ceiling, happy baby pose. You can grab a hold of your feet with your hands, or you could grab your ankles or your shins or your calves, whatever you've got a hold of, whatever is accessible. You could stay at center, or you can rock yourself gently from side to side. And then bring yourself to center. Draw the legs in together. And then begin to rock and roll yourself back and forth a few times if this is okay for your back. If not, you just find your way up to a comfortable seat. When you feel ready here, you can roll yourself all the way up. And then we'll take it into a table pose. Wrists lining up underneath the shoulders, knees lining up under the hips. Give yourself a wiggle or rock from side to side. Bring yourself to center. Take a peek over towards that right hip. Find a little side body crunch here. And then come through center, then take a little peek over towards the left hip. Little side body crunch through the left side. Bring it back to center. Extend your right leg back behind you. And then drop the ball of that right foot down to the mat. Press into your hands and press out through that right foot. You could rock yourself back and forth if you like, or you could just hold it steady. And then release that right knee down to the mat. Extend the left leg back behind you, hip level-ish, and then drop that ball of that left foot down to the mat. Press out through that left heel. Maybe give yourself a few little rocks back and forth. And then bring yourself back into your table. And then we'll step the right foot out to the right side. You can point the toes out to the right or turn the foot to face forward, whatever feels better for you. And then pulse your bum back towards your left heel and then bring it forward again. So a few gentle pulses, pulling the hips back and then forward, back and then forward. And then bring yourself back, left hip lined up over the knee, and then begin to walk your hands in towards that left leg. Come up to stand on that left knee, foot, shin. Reach your arms out to the side. And we'll take the back of the right hand, slide it down that right leg, and as you do that, reach the left arm up and over the ear, finding a gate pose. And then bring yourself back up, plant the hands down, and then step that right foot in. And then you can extend your left leg out to the side, toes pointing out to the side or toes pointing forward or somewhere in between, whatever feels best for you. And then pulse your bum back towards that right heel. Your little pulses back and forth. And then bring yourself back so that your right hip is lined up over the knee. Begin to walk your hands back towards that right leg. You stand up onto that right knee, foot, shin. So open up the arms. Take the back of that left hand down that left leg. Right arm reaches up along the ear. And then fold yourself over to the left. And then bring yourself back up. Plant the hands down to the mat, bring it back into your table. And then we'll inhale, soften the belly, lift the tail. And then as you exhale, press into the hands, round up through the back, pull your bum back towards your heels, child's pose, and then soften the elbows. As you breathe in, bring yourself forward. Soften the belly, lift the tail, lift the heart, find your cow, and then round up through the back again. On your exhalation, pull your bum back towards your heels. Child's pose. Again, soften the elbows, pull yourself forward. On inhalation, lift the heart, lift the tail. As you exhale, round up through the back, pull your bum back to your heels. And then a couple more, just rolling through this, finding your rhythm. And then next time you land back in your child's pose with your bum back towards your heels, pause here for a moment. And then we'll bring it back up into our table. Tuck your toes under, press into your hands, hug in through your arms, lift up your knees, glide your hips up and back, downward dog. You can start with a bigger little bend in the knees. Find a little bit of movement here, pedaling out the legs or bending, straightening the knees. And then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Come into a forward fold at the back of the mat. Lift your belly up off of your thighs for a moment. And then fold yourself in, bring the belly back to the thighs, bigger little bend in the knees. If you need it, then you can shake, nod your head, sway hips. You could have hands down on the mat, or you could grab your elbows and sway the arms. Bring yourself to center, hands to your hips, press into your feet, lift yourself, come all the way up to stand. And then we'll take it into a tree pose here. So softening through knees, root down into that left foot, open that right knee out to the right side, right heel comes to that left ankle, stay here, or bring that right foot up to that left inner calf, or all the way up to that left inner thigh, plug the foot in, and then hands stay at hips, or you can open arms wide, or you can reach the arms up, or bring palms together overhead. Find your drishti, your focal point, your gazing point, something to focus on to help you with your balance. And then hands come down, you release that foot. Root down into that right foot, soften down through that right knee. Open through that left hip, find that kickstand, left heel to the right ankle, or bring that left foot up to the calf or to that right inner thigh. Plug the foot in. Take your variation with the hands. And then release arms down, release the foot down. Come back to back of your mat. Let's sweep arms out to the sides and up, palms together overhead. Soften your knees, fold yourself in, bend your knees a lot. Get your hands on the mat, walk yourself back out. Down dog, pedal out the legs again, or find whatever movement feels good for you. And then lower knees down to the mat. Come back to sit on heels. Drop over to one hip. And then we'll take the left leg wide. Take that right foot to meet that left inner thigh. Fingers around behind you. Sit up tall. Take a little twist over towards that right leg. You can take the left hand to that right knee or thigh. Lift up through your heart, and maybe you rotate the head a little bit further, and then bring yourself to center. We'll slide that left hand down the inside of that left leg. As you do that, reach the right arm up over the ear, little side bend over to the left, and then bring yourself up, and then switch the legs. Send the right leg wide, take that left foot to meet that right inner thigh. Press the fingers down into the mat behind you, sit up tall, nice long spine. And we'll take a little twist over towards the left, take the right hand to left knee or thigh. Heart spins to the left, maybe you spin your gaze, your head a little bit further. Bring yourself back to center. And let's take soles of the feet together, both soles of the feet together, knees wide. Press into your finger pads behind you. Hold here, or you can begin to walk the hands forward, reach the heart towards the toes, and fold into your degree. Lift yourself up. We'll take that left knee, stack it over on top of the right. Top of that left foot will sit in the right arch. Hands around behind you, press into your fingers, lift your heart up and to the right. And then flip your legs over to the other side. Top of that right foot sits in the left arch, fingers around behind you, press into your fingers, sit up tall. And then bring yourself back to center. Find any comfortable seat. Bring your palms back together at your heart. Come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with ourselves. Thank you so much for sharing this quick little burst of a practice with me. With love and gratitude, namaste.